Welcome back, my channel Old Cryptocin, and new video today. We are exploring three of the most fascinating Liberty 1 dime coins in United States history. These tiny 10-cent coins may look ordinary, but some examples have sold for thousands and even millions of dollars. Coin collectors around the world search for these rare dimes because of their history, silver content, beautiful artwork, and incredible rarity. Our journey begins with the barber dime. First introduced in 1892, the barber dime was designed by Charles E. Barber, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. The front of the coin features Lady Liberty, wearing a laurel wreath on her head. Around her portrait are the words, United States of America. On the reverse side, the coin displays a denomination, 1 dime, surrounded by a wreath. Millions of barber dimes were produced between 1892 and 1916, but certain dates became extremely rare. One of the most famous is the 1894 S. Barber dime. Only 24 pieces were struck at the San Francisco Mint, and fewer than 10 are known to exist today. Because of this incredible rarity, collectors have paid more than $2 million for a single example. Stories and legends surround this coin, making it one of the most mysterious treasures in American numismatic history. The barber dime represents an important period in American history. During the late 19th century, the United States was rapidly growing as an industrial nation. These dimes circulated through busy cities, railroad stations, banks, and businesses. Every barber dime tells a story of a changing America. Some survived in excellent condition because collectors saved them, while others became worn after decades of everyday use. Now we move to one of the most beloved coins ever produced by the United States Mint, the Mercury dime. Officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, this coin was introduced in 1916 and remained in production until 1945. Designed by renowned sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the coin features Liberty wearing a wing cap that symbolizes freedom of thought. Many people mistakenly believe the portrait represented the Roman god Mercury, which is why the nickname Mercury dime became popular. Collectors often consider the Mercury dime one of the most beautiful coins ever created in America. The reverse side displays a fasces, symbolizing strength and unity, combined with an olive branch representing peace. This powerful design reflected the hopes and challenges facing the nation during the early 20th century. The Mercury dime circulated during some of the most dramatic events in world history. Americans carried these coins through World War I, the Great Depression, and World War II. Every Mercury dime witnessed a remarkable era of change and struggle. Some rare dates have become legendary among collectors. The 1916 D Mercury dime is one of the most valuable. Because only a small number were minted in Denver, high-grade examples can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Another famous variety is the 1942 overdate error, where one year was stamped over another during production. These rare mistakes are highly prized today. Many collectors love Mercury dimes because they contain 90% silver. Before 1965, most American dimes were struck from silver, giving them intrinsic value beyond their face value. Even common Mercury dimes often sell for more than 10 cents, simply because of their silver content and collector appeal. Our third coin is the Roosevelt dime. Introduced in 1946, this coin honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt shortly after his death. Roosevelt played a major role in supporting the March of Dimes campaign, which raised funds to fight polio. Because of his connection to this cause, the dime became the perfect coin to commemorate his legacy. The front of the Roosevelt dime features a portrait of President Roosevelt, while the reverse includes a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength. The Roosevelt dime remains in circulation today, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Early Roosevelt dimes produced between 1946 and 1964 contained 90% silver. In 1965, the United States Mint changed the composition to a copper-nickel-clad structure because rising silver prices made silver coinage too expensive. As a result, silver Roosevelt dimes are especially popular with collectors and investors. Some Roosevelt dimes have become extremely valuable. The famous 1975 No S proof dime is one of the rarest modern American coins. Only 2 examples are known, and one sold for more than $500,000 at auction. Another popular rarity is the 1982 No-P Roosevelt dime, which lacks the Philadelphia Mint mark. These errors continue to attract collectors searching for hidden treasures in pocket change and old collections. When comparing these 3 coins, each has its own unique appeal. The Barber dime offers 19th century history and extreme rarities. The Mercury dime delivers stunning artistry and silver value. The Roosevelt dime connects collectors to modern American history and fascinating mint errors. Together, they represent more than a century of American coinage. Many people wonder whether they might own one of these valuable dimes. The best place to start is by checking the date, mint mark, and overall condition. Coins with low mintages, unusual errors, or excellent preservation often command the highest prices. Professional grading services can help determine authenticity and value. Coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in the world because treasures can still be discovered in old collections, estate sales, and inherited coin jars. A simple dime worth only 10 cents might actually be worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. As we conclude our journey through the Barber dime, Mercury dime, and Roosevelt dime, we can appreciate how these small silver coins preserve the story of America. They reflect artistic achievement, economic change, historical events, and the enduring fascination of coin collecting. Whether you're an experienced collector or just beginning your numismatic adventure, Liberty One dime coins offer a remarkable connection to the past. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know in the comments which Liberty One dime is your favorite, and whether you have ever found a rare coin in your collection. Step 1. Today we are exploring one of the most common yet fascinating coins in American history, the 1985 P. Roosevelt dime. At first glance, this small 10-cent coin may look ordinary, but behind its tiny size lies a remarkable story of American history, coin collecting, minting technology, and hidden treasures that collectors continue searching for today. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was one of the most influential presidents in United States history and played a major role in helping Americans through the Great Depression and World War II. Because of his strong connection with the March of Dimes charity, the United States Mint decided to honor him by placing his portrait on the dime. The design was created by Chief Engraver John R. Cynic and remains one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. Now let's focus on the 1985 P. Roosevelt dime. The letter P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most important mint facilities in America. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced more than 705 million dimes, making this coin very common in circulation. Despite its large mintage, collectors still enjoy searching through rolls in old coin collections, hoping to discover high-grade examples and rare mint errors. When you look at the front of the coin, known as the obverse, you will see a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left. The word Liberty appears along the left side. The phrase "I in God we trust" is located near the lower left area, while the date 1985 and the P mint mark appear to the right of Roosevelt's neck. The initials JS beneath the neck represent the designer John Cynic. Turning the coin over to the reverse side, you will see a torch in the center. The torch symbolizes liberty. On the left side of the torch is an olive branch representing peace, while the oak branch on the right symbolizes strength and independence. Around the design are the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime. This simple yet powerful design has remained largely unchanged for decades and is instantly recognizable to Americans everywhere. The 1985 P dime is made from a copper-nickel clad composition. The outer layers consist of copper and nickel bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs approximately 2.27 grams and measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter. Unlike older Roosevelt dimes minted before 1965, the 1985 version contains no silver. This is one reason why most circulated examples remain worth only face value. Many collectors wonder whether a 1985 P dime can be valuable. The answer depends entirely on condition. Most coins found in circulation are worth only 10 cents. However, examples preserved in exceptional mint condition can sell for several dollars or much more. Coins receiving high grades from professional grading services are often sought by collectors attempting to build complete Roosevelt dime collections. One of the most important factors affecting value is something known as full bands. On the reverse of the coin, the torch contains horizontal bands. If these bands are fully separated and sharply struck, the coin may qualify for the full bands designation. Such examples are much scarcer and often command significant premiums compared with ordinary coins of the same date. Collectors also search for mint errors on 1985 P dimes. Errors can include off-center strikes, die cracks, clip planchets, broad strikes, double dies, and missing clad layers. While most 1985 dimes are ordinary, unusual minting mistakes can attract considerable attention and sometimes sell for impressive prices. Every year, collectors examine thousands of coins hoping to find one of these rare varieties hiding in pocket change. The 1980s were an interesting period for American coinage. Inflation had changed the buying power of the dime, yet remained an essential part of everyday commerce. Millions of Americans use Roosevelt dimes for vending machines, public telephones, transportation, and daily purchases. As a result, billions of dimes circulated across the country, becoming a familiar part of American life. Coin roll hunting has become a popular hobby among collectors searching for Roosevelt dimes. Enthusiasts visit banks, obtain rolls of dimes, and carefully inspect each coin. Although finding a valuable 1985 P dime is difficult, many collectors enjoy the thrill of the hunt. Occasionally, they discover coins with exceptional strikes, unusual errors, or other collectible features that make the search worthwhile. Another fascinating aspect of Roosevelt dimes is the history of mint marks. The Philadelphia Mint did not always place a P mint mark on dimes. Beginning in 1980, Philadelphia dimes started displaying the P mark, making the 1985 P part of a relatively modern era in the series. Understanding these changes helps collectors identify important varieties and key dates. When evaluating a 1985 P dime, collectors pay close attention to luster. Original mint luster appears as a bright cartwheel effect that moves across the surface when the coin is tilted under light. Coins retaining strong luster and minimal contact marks generally receive higher grades and stronger market values. Storage is also important. Many high-grade dimes lose value due to scratches, fingerprints, or environmental damage. Serious collectors often store coins in protective holders, albums, or certified slabs. Proper preservation can help maintain the coin's appearance for decades. The Roosevelt dime series remains one of the most affordable collecting areas in American numismatics. Because most dates are common, collectors can assemble nearly complete sets without spending large amounts of money. This accessibility makes Roosevelt dimes an excellent choice for beginners entering the hobby. Although the 1985 P dime is not considered a rare date, it represents an important piece of American coinage history. It reflects the economic conditions, manufacturing practices, and everyday life of the mid-1980s. Every coin carries a story, and the 1985 P dime is no exception. Many collectors dream of finding a perfect example graded at the highest levels. Such coins are extremely difficult to locate because even tiny imperfections can lower a grade. As a result, top population specimens often command impressive prices at auction, despite the enormous original mintage. Today, millions of 1985 P dimes still exist in circulation, coin jars, collections, and bank vaults across America. Step to today, we are going to explore one of the most interesting modern American coins, the 1995 D. Roosevelt 1 dime from the United States of America. At first glance, this small 10-cent coin may look ordinary, but collectors know that even common-looking coins can hide fascinating stories, valuable varieties, and surprising treasures. Throughout this video, we will discuss the history, design, mintage, value, rare errors, grading, and collecting tips related to the 1995 D. Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946 after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was one of the most influential presidents in American history and played a major role in helping the United States recover from the Great Depression and lead the nation through World War II. Because of his strong support for the March of Dimes campaign, which helped fight polio, the United States Mint decided to honor him on the 10-cent coin. The 1995 D. Roosevelt dime was struck at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the small D mint mark found on the front of the coin near the date. More than 1.27 billion examples were produced, making it one of the highest mintage dimes of the 1990s. Looking at the front of the coin, we see the left-facing portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The word liberty appears along the left side, while the national motto, "I in God we trust," is displayed near Roosevelt's neck. The year 1995 appears at the bottom, and the D mint mark identifies the Denver Mint facility where this coin was produced. The design was created by John R. Sinek, whose initials can be found on Roosevelt dimes. Turning the coin over, we find a powerful design featuring a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty. To the left of the torch is an olive branch representing peace, while an oak branch on the right symbolizes strength and independence. Around the rim appear the words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and one dime. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades and is instantly recognizable to American coin collectors. The 1995 D-dime is composed of a copper core sandwiched between layers of copper-nickel alloy. Unlike Roosevelt dimes minted before 1965, this coin contains no silver. It weighs approximately 2.27 grams and measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter. The edge features a familiar reeded pattern seen on modern American dimes. Many people wonder whether a 1995 D-dime found in pocket change is valuable. In circulated condition, most examples are worth only face value, meaning 10 cents. Because billions were minted, worn examples remain common. However, uncirculated coins with strong details and original mint luster can be worth several dollars depending on grade and collector demand. One of the most important factors affecting value is coin grading. Collectors and professional grading companies examine a coin's condition using a scale from 1 to 70. Higher grades indicate fewer marks, stronger luster, and better overall preservation. A 1995 D-dime in average condition may be worth only 10 cents, but a superb gem example can command a much higher premium. Collectors pay special attention to what are known as full bands examples. On the reverse of the coin, the torch contains horizontal bands. If these bands are fully separated and sharply struck, the coin may receive a full bands designation from grading services. Full band examples are extremely difficult to find for the 1995 D-issue and can be worth hundreds of dollars in high grades. Some top-quality examples have sold for several $100s at auction. Another exciting area of collecting involves mint errors. Mint errors occur when something unusual happens during the manufacturing process. Collectors search for off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, clip planchets, broad strikes, and other unusual characteristics. While most 1995 D-dimes are normal circulation strikes, genuine errors can attract strong interest from collectors. Coin roll hunters often search through large quantities of dimes hoping to discover valuable varieties, errors, or exceptionally high-grade examples. Since the 1995 D-dime was produced in such huge numbers, many still circulate today. Finding one in pristine condition directly from an old mint set or original roll can be an exciting experience. The Denver Mint has a long history of producing American coinage. Established in Colorado, the facility has struck billions of coins for circulation. The D mint mark on the 1995 dime connects the coin to this important chapter of United States mint history. Although the 1995 D-dime is not considered a key date in the Roosevelt series, it remains an important part of completing a Roosevelt dime collection. Many collectors build sets containing every date and mint mark. Even common coins become meaningful when they help complete a collection. When evaluating a 1995 D-dime, collectors should examine several areas. First, check the overall strike quality. Second, inspect the coin for wear on Roosevelt's hair, cheek, and jawline. Third, look at the reverse torch bands. Finally, search for unusual mint errors or varieties that could increase value. Professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC can authenticate and grade valuable examples. Certified coins are sealed in protective holders and assigned official grades. This process helps buyers and sellers determine fair market value. One reason coin collecting remains popular is the possibility of discovering hidden treasures. A coin that appears ordinary may actually possess a rare variety, exceptional strike, or unusually high grade. For this reason, experienced collectors always inspect their coins carefully before spending or selling them. The Roosevelt Dime series also provides a fascinating record of American history. Every coin represents a moment in time and reflects the economic conditions, technology, and artistic styles of its era. The 1995 D-Dime reminds us of the continued production of American coinage during the final decade of the 20th century. Many beginners start their coin-collecting journey with Roosevelt dimes because they are affordable, widely available, and historically significant. Building a complete set can teach important lessons about grading, mint marks, rarity, and value. If you own a 1995 D-Dime, examine it under good lighting and magnification. Look closely for sharp details, original luster, and any unusual characteristics. While most examples are common, a high-grade full-band specimen could be a rewarding discovery. Step lost. Today we are exploring an interesting American coin that millions of people have seen, but very few truly understand. This is a 1999 P. Roosevelt dime, also known as a Liberty One dime. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 10-cent coin, but behind this small piece of metal is a fascinating story filled with American history, presidential legacy, minting technology, collecting secrets, and surprising values. Whether you are a coin collector, a history enthusiast, or simply curious about rare coins, stay with us as we uncover everything about the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime. The Roosevelt dime has been a part of American currency since 1946. It was introduced shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was one of the most influential leaders in American history, guiding the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. Because of his strong support for the March of Dimes campaign, which helped fund research against polio, the United States chose to honor him on the 10-cent coin. The Roosevelt dime replaced the famous Mercury dime and has remained in circulation for decades. The 1999 P. Roosevelt dime was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The small letter P located near the date indicates that the coin was produced in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint is one of the oldest and most important mint facilities in the United States. In 1999, it produced an enormous number of dimes to meet the demands of commerce across the country. More than 2.1 billion 1999. P dimes were struck, making it one of the most common Roosevelt dimes in circulation. When examining the front of the coin, collectors will notice the profile portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The word Liberty appears on the left side, while the phrase, "I in God we trust," is placed below. The date 1999 appears to the right of Roosevelt's portrait along with the P mint mark. The design was created by John R. Cynic, the chief engraver of the United States Mint. His initials can be found on the coin, and his design has become one of the most recognized images in American numismatic history. Turning the coin over reveals a design rich with symbolism. In the center is a torch representing liberty. On one side is an olive branch, symbolizing peace, while the oak branch on the other side stand for strength and independence. Together, these elements communicate the ideals and values of the United States. Around the edge are the words United States of America and one dime, along with the national motto E Pluribus Unum. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime is its composition. Unlike older dimes that contain silver, the 1999 version is made from a copper core covered by layers of copper-nickel alloy. This composition was adopted after the United States removed silver from circulating dimes in 1965. The coin weighs approximately 2.27 grams and has a diameter of about 17.9 millimeters. Its edge contains 118 reeds, the tiny grooves that circle the outside of the coin. Many people wonder whether a 1999 P. Roosevelt dime can be valuable. In ordinary circulated condition, most examples are worth only their face value of 10 cents. Because billions were produced, they remain very common today. However, collectors understand that condition is everything. Coins preserved in mint state condition, especially those with exceptional luster and sharp details, can command premiums above face value. Some uncirculated examples may sell for a few dollars depending on their grade and eye appeal. Professional coin grading plays a major role in determining value. Organizations such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins based on preservation, strike quality, and surface condition. A coin with minimal marks and strong visual appeal can receive a high mint state grade. The difference between an average uncirculated coin and a top-graded example can be significant in the collector market. Collectors often search for special varieties known as full bands. On the reverse of the Roosevelt dime, the torch contains horizontal bands. When these bands are fully separated and sharply struck, the coin may qualify for a full bands designation. Such examples are scarcer and generally more desirable among Roosevelt dime enthusiasts. A high-grade 1999 P. Roosevelt dime with full bands can be worth considerably more than a standard specimen. Error coins provide another exciting area of collecting. Throughout the history of the Roosevelt dime series, minting mistakes have attracted significant attention. Off-center strikes, broad strikes, double dies, clip planchets, and unusual collar errors are examples of mint errors that collectors seek. While most 1999 P dimes found in circulation are normal, some error pieces have appeared and generated interest among hobbyists. Community discussions among collectors often highlight unusual strike characteristics and rare production mistakes. For new collectors, searching through pocket change can be an enjoyable way to begin. Although finding a valuable 1999 P dime is not common, examining coins carefully can teach important skills. Learning how to identify mint marks, understand grading, and recognize errors helps build knowledge that can be applied to many coin series. The year 1999 itself was an important time in American history. The nation was preparing to enter a new millennium. Technology, culture, and economics were rapidly changing. Coins produced during this period represent a snapshot of America at the end of the 20th century. Holding a 1999 P. Roosevelt dime is like holding a small artifact from a significant historical moment. Many collectors choose to assemble complete Roosevelt dime sets. These collections often include coins from every year and mint facility. Building a complete set allows collectors to follow the evolution of the series from its silver beginnings in 1946 to the modern clad issues. The 1999 P dime occupies an important place within these collections because it represents the high production era of modern American coinage. Proper storage is essential for preserving coin quality. Collectors frequently use coin albums, flips, capsules, and protective holders to keep coins safe from scratches, fingerprints, and environmental damage. Even a common coin can become more appealing when preserved in excellent condition. Another fascinating aspect of coin collecting is the connection between art and history. The Roosevelt dime demonstrates how a simple design can communicate powerful national ideals.